Welcome back to the Heart of Giving. As you know, this program is devoted to the nonprofits that change our city. And we have many of them. People that are out there giving of their time and their energy, not for money, but to make our city a better place to be. And today is really no exception. I want to tell you something about these two people. They're good friends of mine, and I know what they're about and what they do. And I think it's just marvelous that they spend their time making sure that our children have some of the things that they need in our educational system. I'd like to introduce to you the two people from the Long Beach Educational Foundation. Judy Seal, who's the executive director, and Mike Murray, who is the president of the organization. You know, education really has a tough time making sure that they meet all the needs of the children. With so many diverse things that are happening in our schools and the way we can spend our money, which is limited to certain things because governmental money comes with why it's supposed to be used. But there are many other things that are needed that give our life a little more meaning in the school district. And Judy and Mike are making sure that they're doing their part, more than their part, in making this happen. So welcome to both of you. It's nice to see you in a different location. We're usually having coffee or something someplace. Anyway, Judy, you are the executive director of the Long Beach Education Foundation. Tell us what it is.
Well, the Long Beach Education...
It's nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit.
Okay.
And it began in 1989 with very well-intentioned retirees putting it together. And in 2002, they asked if I would be executive director. I was so excited. One of the great things about the Long Beach Education Foundation is we don't take a percentage of any donation. So every...
It's 100%?
That's 100%.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We raise money for overhead. Mm-hmm. So that's a huge positive. So if we bring in $20,000 for, say, pre-verbal autistic children, $20,000 goes to that project.
And the thing I think we need to make is the delineation of what you use your money for that's different than what the school district can pay for legally out of the funds that they receive. Mm-hmm.
Well, we have a couple of different ways of fundraising, and we work with our schools directly. They have accounts, their own foundation accounts, and we manage those. We're their fiscal manager. So during the really difficult times, previous years, what we've done is we've managed those funds for them. They've raised money for, say, technology, art. Some of our teachers lost their positions. They raised money to bring back about 200 teachers through the Long Beach Education Foundation.
Is that right?
Yes. And so it can go for anything they want to. So it could go for cheerleading in middle school sports. It can go to academics, homeless children.
And you just started one on the autistic.
Yes, that's project. Something that Mike and I have been working on for a number of years. We've been working with students to find out what technologies are most effective with pre-verbal or young people that cannot speak yet. And I have a son who graduated from college but didn't start speaking until age 7. So, but what I noticed as a mom is that technology helped him out. Mm-hmm. So Mike and I have gone around the school district and provided iPads for speech pathologists, and right now we're working with Stanford Middle School on a program. So,
if I understand this right, the funds that you receive, and you receive funds from probably retired teachers and everybody that wants to make sure that we offer what we can to our students that what they need. So the money that you take in is actually kind of doled out to the schools, and the school makes the determination what they're going to use it for?
They are the fundraisers. So if we'll say Hughes Middle School, they have 10 different accounts, and the parents and the teachers raise,
I see.
They raise their money
from that
for
school.
But the foundation also raises money for district-wide programs, such as homeless education and seamless education, the Long Beach College Promise. Those are district-wide fundraising activities.
And like you mentioned about middle school sports. That was a big thing for a while. So that means that the middle schools people that go to the parents wanted it to continue, and so they made donations to the foundation so that you could pay for this outside of the school regular funds.
That's right. It had to be cut by the Board of Education. It was a very painful decision. And the superintendent, Chris Steinhauser, was talking to parents, working with them, and they would follow him to the market and talk to him. And then
everybody was talking about it.
Yes, and then there was sort of collateral damage. The cheer squads came and they said, "Okay,
we have sports, we have to have cheers.
We have funds for cheer, but we don't have any sports now." So Mike and I and a few other people, Nancy Foster included, put together $190,000 that first year.
That's wonderful.
It was incredible.
That's wonderful.
And then we also had one more year of that, and the parents and the kids and the coaches, they were so excited.
Does the Education Foundation have anything to do with funding of the most inspiring student?
Yes. We fund.
Tell us about that. I love that.
You talk about that.
Oh, well, Mike, let's turn to you. Yes. We haven't heard you talk. Tell us what is your role in all of this, and what have you done for it?
Well, I'm president-elect of the board, and my next presidency, I'll be my third term. You know about those?
Yes, yes.
It's great, you know, for me. I get to go into schools. I work with kids. We do the events together. Judy does all the work. I get up there with, whoever's up there and do what I do. So it's thrilling all the time,
Well, the most inspiring student, people don't know that haven't been part of it, know what that is. And I think it's one of the most significant nights of the year, and people don't know what it is. What is it, Judy?
Sure, and
You and Mike both. Come on.
He and I have very complementary strengths. I don't want to be on stage, and Mike doesn't want to do invitations, so it's perfect.
But what is the night?
So that night is one night every year we honor one student from each school
selected by that school
for overcoming or living with, or some of them are close to passing away, some big obstacle.
But they still succeeded.
They have succeeded at all levels, and the students that are transcending anyway, they are incredible. And it's a time for us to honor the parents and the students, and the parents are so excited and cute, and they realize by the end of the night, after all of our gushing about their kids and gushing about them, they realize they're all special and inspiring. And you've given so many speeches at that and spoken to the parents.
Well, the most inspiring student has, well, how many would there be? With every high school, every elementary school, every junior high. How many numbers?
88.
88. 88 schools in the school district. They each choose one, and they choose their own.
That's right.
Whoever has overcome the obstacles
That's right.
and are still succeeding and still in school and doing all right, they choose that one person. That one person comes with their parents to the dinner, and it's at one of the hotels.
Yes.
And they are honored at that time, and then each student gets a chance to walk across the stage and get a medal.
That's right, a beautiful medallion, and it says most inspiring student this year.
Well, the thing that I've loved is the parents. They say, "What is this?" And inspiring, my child, they love it, and people will remember and tell me that they remember me from that particular dinner, just because it's such a monumental thing to a whole family.
It is. It's a huge honor. It's the biggest honor, we believe, in the school district.
And everybody in the room is inspired by it.
Yes. And Mike works on the speech and the stage. Why don't you talk about that, since I stay off the stage?
Sometime he dances. I've seen him do that.
This year is a Michael Jackson theme.
We won't talk about it. We won't talk about that day, but just...
What's amazing about the dinner, that once people experience it, like you, they just want to come back. A couple of examples. I co-MC the event with Frank Motek, KNX's business anchor, and he's been there for 10, 12 years, and he says, I'm here every year. And you know, he'll come in at the minute the show starts from the radio station, and he's always with us. Brian Gimolero, the women's volleyball coach at Long Beach State, it's the only event he goes to.
And he speaks.
He does. He's been one of the keynote speakers with Misty May at the time.
Well, that's a project of the Education Foundation that you should be really proud of. Absolutely. Yes. And the fundraising that you do, actually, your board doesn't really go out for funds then, is that correct?
We do. For that event. We pay for that event.
But I mean, so you fundraise, you don't expect the schools to do it?
No. In fact, when Mike and I were given that assignment, we both said we didn't want them to pay for their own honor. We really want to honor them.
But I guess I'm getting the point.
They don't pay.
But aside from that, you go out and get funds.
That's right.
From the community.
Yeah, we sell
not
tables.
Just for that, but also for the programs.
Right.
The other programs.
Right.
Well, I love that. You know, that's wonderful. And it's really interesting. When I was teaching 100 years ago, it seems like now, there was nothing like that, because schools, because they're publicly funded, it's kind of like, well, they don't need any help, so why do you ask us for more money? But this actually gives people a chance to donate to something that is meaningful to them for their child at that school.
Exactly.
So that's wonderful.
Right.
Well, do you know our time's up?
No,
yeah, it was very, very fast. And I had so much more to talk to you about, because I think that the things that you're doing to make this money is interesting, and I think the things that you're doing, Judy, I wish we had more time to talk about your other job, which is the Promise for Youth, which is certainly something that we should be proud of, with the schools, the university, the community college, and the Unified School District working so closely together.
For 20 years this year.
No, is that right?
Long Beach Education Partnership. It's turned into the Long Beach College Promise, and you helped with that.
Yeah, well, that seems like such a long time ago, but I love thinking about it. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Beverly.
And thank all of you for watching. We're so pleased that you could hear more about what's happening in our community. We'll be right back. Don't go away.